Hi there, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Camille's Harem. Not just a podcast for novice writers by novice writers, but also a YouTube channel by novice writers for novice writers. Because writing is an adventure, it's more fun with friends. And as you can see, we here at the Harem are in the throes of Halloween. And in the spirit of Halloween, we are going back in time to view a zombie video that we as the Harem made just as we were getting started as a podcast. You see, we created this video for a small film competition up in Flagstaff, and there are a number of both hilarious and cringe-worthy videos that we made during this time. But this is one of the two videos that we made that fits pretty well into an October theme. We're going to watch this video and then discuss the good and the bad of the writing that went into it. This is a pretty neat opportunity and a pretty good opportunity for us within the Harem to throw ourselves on the chopping block and dissect one of our own works and see how it holds up. And for some of you who have been with this channel since the beginning, you might recognize this video. For those of you who haven't seen it yet, this short film called The Note was up on our channel over a year ago, but it was taken down by evil corporations who are the scariest of Halloween specters. But here it comes back for round 2. So we hope that you enjoy it, and I will soon discuss it with you after the credits roll. Perfect! Come on back! Yes, this video is a great one to make, but it comes with its fair share of criticism. First of all, I should have done a better job of checking our film equipment, especially the tripod that we rented, just to make sure that everything would run smoothly. Always check your equipment. For crying out loud, I studied film and video making too. Yeah, and never do anything in just one take. That goes for both film and for writing. Always have multiple drafts and extra takes. But in our defense, it took forever to line up all of our schedules, and we had Jed for only a short space of time for that morning before he had to drive away. But from a writing standpoint for this video, Camille, who helmed the entire story-making process, wanted to take the opportunity to rickroll an entire theater full of people. And it was a glorious joke, and we loved making it. However, this is the kind of story that you can only pull off once in a while. Once the ending has been seen, the story reveals itself really as a one-trick pony. But by golly, it does its own one trick well. Camille insisted that the video lack any form of dialogue or monologuing. Emotions had to be communicated through camera angles and Jed's movements. His fear slowly gives way to exhaustion, and eventually he succumbs to his zombie bite. The absence of everything other than the natural noises pulls you in, and you watch intently, hoping that you won't miss something of great importance. It is a story that relies heavily on observable detail. When we showed this movie in the competition, people told us that they could not look away for fear of missing something that might be important, because they could not rely on words or music to inform them of what was going on. But this is also where we have one of the story's weaknesses. First of all, unless you are entirely invested in zombie or survival stories, this short story has a much harder time of grabbing your interest and pulling you in, because for one thing, you don't really know the main character, Jed. Why is he out there? Who is he? Why would his final act in life be to rickroll his buddies? You never know. Granted, that is part of the joke, but that doesn't always work. Characterization is extremely important in making a great survival story. The audience wants to identify and feel sympathy for the main character. Otherwise, they completely check out. This is something that the note obviously lacks. It's very hard to identify with the main character because you know next to nothing about him. Furthermore, the note ends up betraying the horror genre that we were drawing inspiration from. There is nothing wrong with that. It can be actually very gratifying to do so. It can be a very refreshing change, kind of like watching Signs and realizing at the end that it is not meant to be a paranormal horror, but a story of revitalized faith. However, the Rickroll joke prevents the note from having a lasting impact on people who have already seen it. But it can be a great joke to play on others who have not yet seen it. So please take this as a cue to share this video with other people and Rickroll them. Please! Yes, we know it's kind of an old internet joke, but it's an old one that never goes out of style. Finally, I have this to say. The Note is the kind of ridiculous story that every writer should experiment with at least once in a while. Play around with genre and tropes a little bit. Play around with jokes and unexpected endings. This process of experimentation will help you find out what works well and what doesn't. And sometimes you will stumble across a golden idea that will read and sell incredibly well. And the horror genre itself lends itself to all kinds of experiments. So take full advantage of the Halloween season and be inspired to write some spooky creative stuff. Okay, that will do it for this video. Again, please share this video and take the opportunity to rickroll some other wonderful people in your life. Go and check out our podcast, Camille's Harem, found on Podbean, iTunes, and Google Play. You can also reach out to the Harem via our subreddit and become part of our writing community. We also have writing exercises that will help you out over at our Pinterest page. And finally, we continue to hunt down terrible fanfics to do epic readings of for your enjoyment. If you know any of these, please send us a link to them via our Twitter at Camille's Harem. And until the next video, y'all, tschüss.